Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We are watching I guess this is the semi-finals of the Wednesday Night Jackpot my local club runs that I play in and lose every single week. I think it's been, I think this is the sixth tournament and I haven't broken through yet, which maybe doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's only like 8 players usually, so I should have broken through by now. It's mostly winner take all, so it's been kind of a tough going. But what can you do? I've been playing okay. But anyway, so we're watching Barry on the bottom, Frank on the top. Looks like Barry's down 0-1 in a 7-point match. Okay. Nice shot by Barry here. The two's a little unclear. You can play 13-11 or 8-6. Okay, goes with the safe option. Yeah, pretty reasonable. I guess Black is pretty happy to hit with probably all his 4s. Although he does have to give up that front anchor to hit. It's possible I would have gone the other way actually, because you want the spare on the 8 and not the 6. You don't want to strip your 8-point and put an extra builder on the 6 there. But I think it's somewhat of a close call. Okay, so pretty good sequence for white. Yes, I'd definitely be queuing this as white, unless it's too good, which I don't think it is. It does seem a little passage to me though, because it's black, so wins a bunch, but it's still fairly gammonish. His board's underdeveloped too, so he gets an early hit, and he's not even a favorite. So unless that was too good, I think that was good cube handling by both players. Yes, it's too much work to do to play on there for the gammon, I think. I'll just hold on just one sec. I gotta administer the tournaments. I will leave this running. Okay, we are back. Yeah, I usually don't run the tournaments, but Brad, aka Idiot Vig, is living a balanced life, as they say, doing something else tonight. Okay, yeah, Frank with the 1-3. I would play. This doesn't look like how you're supposed to play backgammon. I mean, he's a little outboarded, which maybe argues for something else, but still, I mean, it's only a 2-point board, so you do want to fight for that good point. This looks like the normal thing. 6-3. Lots of ways to play this one. Okay, Barry decides to run. Yeah, it's pretty reasonable looking. He's up in the race big, so it's thematic in that sense. So maybe Barry had the right idea there. He's just trying to get the back man out safely. This looks a little suspicious, what Frank did. Was he back on the 23 and then ran? I mean, he's so far down in the race. I might be thinking of that back checker is more of an asset to make it a little harder for white to play safely in both the long and the short term. It would have been really bad if white had already escaped all his checkers, but I think I see what Frank is thinking. Like, white still has that one checker to escape, so getting the checkers all flexible in the outfield is going to be helpful for containing that checker. So it's possible he had a point, but I feel like he should have. I feel like he had other productive things he could have done with that 3-2. All right, so Frank is desperately trying to contain this back checker. So I guess hitting is probably the way to do it. And then 13-11 looks okay. It's probably slightly better than 11-10, 12-10. This is an extra. Well, this is just one extra shot. But it seems like it's worse building power, actually. One less blot, though. Maybe he's worried about having a million blots out there. I don't know. Okay, good play by Barry there. Just trying to get away with this. Okay, so Frank can't hit, but he can build another kind of blocky point in the outfield. Probably by playing 18 to 10. Try to contain that back checker this way. That is what I would do. Oh, another play can make the 5 point. That's what he's thinking about. So when he does hit, he has his 5 point. Yeah, actually, that might be more. Yeah, that's better than I'm giving it credit for, because it's not like that point is doing all that much blocking work. It's just like 1-1-1-4-4-4 you gain on. Anyway, so Barry doubles, which, yeah, this seemed like a pretty strong cube. Yeah, good cube handling by Barry there. It might have actually been a pass due to the race and the underdeveloped black front position. Also a little bit due to the score. I think you do want to be a little conservative at this score, the 6-away, 6-away. You take and lose, which usually happens when you take. Your opponent gets to a comfortable 4-away score, so maybe you should be like a little conservative about taking. And that might have been a money pass anyways. So yeah, I would have passed up the score, I'm pretty sure, assuming I'm looking at that right. But yeah, good job by Barry here to bring this home safely. And then he's got like actually gammon chances now. I mean, not big, but it's more likely than black winning, I would say. After that 6-6 anyways. Oof. Okay, so 18 to 11 would look like good technique here. Or I guess you can play 18 to 14, 13 to 9 also. That does forego a crossover, but crossovers are overrated with this many rolls left to go. But nothing wrong with what Frank did, obviously. Ooh, 2-1. This feels right to me for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but I think I would play it like Frank did. As he bore off a 2 and he's thinking about the ace. The normal thing seems to be filling in the higher gap, but I don't know if this is an exception due to the fact that you're just trying to be off in 2 rolls. Try to maximize being off in 2 rolls. This probably does it. It's like they both get off the same amount of time in 1 roll. So you think about which gets off more in 2 rolls. It feels like this maybe does it. Well, I don't know. You got this sort of the similar number of rolls that get you down to 2 checkers. Huh. Yeah, I'm not clear on that one. Anyways, oh, he does get the gammon. Oh, wow. I guess Frank missed horribly there. Looked like Frank was saving it, but I guess he just rolled a horrible miss number. All right, 4-2. Okay, right plays 13 to 11 here, which does the most good, and stacks that heavy point. I don't know. I never know what to do here. Make the ace or do this. Making the ace strips the 6 points. So I don't know. Maybe Frank's plays a lot going for it. All right, he could have considered cube in there, but I don't think anything's wrong with holding off. I mean, just thinking because of the score, because of the lopsided score, and the fact that black is 2 away. Maybe you could have maybe thought about cube in the roll before, but it still looked a little thin. All right, so 3 more 5s from here. Cannot hit legally. So it looks like the best he can do is make the 8 point with the next one, and then yeah, it doesn't look like there's any real standout play with the other 2. I don't think you make the 3 though. Yeah, this is only 2s and 3s in the outfield, so if you played 9 to 4, it looked like it'd be like more of a triple shot. So Frank's play is at least okay. I'm not sure if there's anything better there though. Feels like you're always making the 8 point. Anyways, he gets rewarded with a miss for now. Anyways, oh, why not make the 9 here with the 4? Yeah, good. Yeah, I do like this play. I mean, White's not too keen to give up the anchor with a with a hit if he doesn't roll like a really nice hit like 3-3-3-5 or something. There's the 3-5. I would do this also. It doesn't look like, well, I don't know. I was gonna say there's not quite enough reason to hit 6-1, but it might stop black from attacking a little bit. So there's a little bit of reason to do it. So I don't know what I would have ended up doing there. I mean, Barry's play is sort of nicely positional, so I cannot fault it. Okay, Frank is playing a little gammon go due to the score. Oh, and duplicates threes. This is sort of clever. Okay, yeah, you just play 13-7 here. Slot the better point, duplicate sixes. Yeah, pretty reasonable play so far from what I've seen. Yeah, it's not this position. Yeah, you can cube this up. I wouldn't pass this by any means, but 6 away, 2 away, clear edge. Some gammon's floating around. I think this is enough to cube. Like, I don't know, hit cover, bad entry, that loses the market. Hit Dan's, that loses the market. Yeah, like he makes the 2 here, and then white dances, or even maybe even enters with a bad number. Maybe it's a pass, you know. Well, that's a little hard to find a really bad entry there. Okay, good roll by Barry, making the 7 points. Good. All right, decent roll. It's not that good, but you can at least make the 2 and 1. And you got a game plan. I mean, it's not great at the score, but obviously it's the best you can do. Okay, okay, this is bad now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you want to keep everything alive, you can play 8-3, 6-4. But okay, it leaves no blots. Because he has so much work to do to get the backmen around. 8-3, 6-4 is a real play. If you're like really close to home and you're just trying to bring the last guy home safely or something, that's when you don't mind killing the checkers like White did. But because the game's going to just go on forever. That dead checker sort of looms large, and he has to kill another one here. So I would have taken a good look at 8-8. I would have taken a good look at slotting the 3 there. I'm not saying it's right, but I think it's more of a candidate than Barry gave it credit for. Like he just kind of dismissed it. Oh, I don't want to leave a shot here. Okay. I guess this is maybe too many hidden cover numbers if you try to get off the anchor. Oh, it doesn't even get off the anchor that well because you have to play the 6, 14-8. Like maybe if you could just leave one exposed blot back on the 18, you could take a look at it. Like so. Oh, great shot by Frank. Parfait. Okay. I was thinking about clearing the 7 point there. Although this sort of is an extra builder for the 1 point over what I was thinking. Yeah, 7-5 squared. This is okay. This might be right. It might be safer to switch 3-1, switch to the ace point, 7-5 squared, and then play 3-1 with 2 of them, so you push the gap up. That might be safest. On the other hand, this does get 4 builders for the ace point, you know, as you can make it with like a 1-2. So maybe Frank had a point there. And there was one other play that got 4 builders, but didn't strip the top point. But I think Frank was thinking was, okay, if you can't make the ace point, at least you can clear the 6 point, you know, with like, I don't know, 6-2 or something. So probably that was a good play. With Frank's 2-2, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm wondering about this whole other idea where like you push the gap from the 1 to the 3 point, So if the gap stays open, you have like fewer points above the gap to clear and fewer checkers up there. So sometimes it can be safer to do that. But it looked like the builder distribution was just really nice after Frank's play. And there was like a few other plays there too. Like, could have borne off a checker and like got fewer builders for the ace, I think. All right, so Frank is playing appropriately gammon go here because he wants to get in a quick gammonish cube. Barry, I mean, the standard thing to me here seems like 13 to 9 squared. It's possible 20 to 16 squared is better though at this score where you just kind of want to play conservatively. Yeah, maybe we can look at that. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, so for money, 3-2. Oh, good. Yeah, Barry's doing well. So 3-2-4-4 for money. You definitely make the 9 points. This position, you definitely make the 9 points by a lot, as opposed to running 24 to 16, which apparently is horrible. So that's going to be right. That's going to be right at like all match scores because there's just such a big difference for money. Like even a pure gammon save. Yeah, 24 to 16 is pretty bad. Even if you're 1 away and your opponent's 2 away and it's the Crawford game, so you really don't want to be gammoned. Running to the 16 is probably a little bit better than money. It's like it's not as bad as usual, but yeah, still. And making the 20 is sort of good for saving the gammon also. All right, so what is this? 14 pips. This is a little early at the score, I think. Frank's take point is quite low. It's 18.5. So this is like a money take. So because he almost has a take on the race alone at 14 pips, and white has all these gaps to contend with. So contact favors black, I believe. So black is probably close to 25, around 25% here. So he's like miles away from his pass line, his take pass line at the score. So this is a pretty big error to cube this. Now Frank has somewhat of a skill edge on Barry. Although Barry does seem to be playing well. I wonder if he's been studying. So you got a little more incentive to double this type of position where there's not like a ton of skill left. It's going to be just a short, easy race. Like against a stronger player, you have a little more incentive to double this kind of stuff because you want to sort of shorten the match, make there be fewer decisions. But like I said, Barry's been playing pretty well, so I don't know. I wouldn't recommend Barry double this against anyone, but maybe the best player in the world. And even then, because it's just such a huge take. I don't know why Frank's taking so long. Maybe calculating his take point or something. Oh, he passed. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, I assume I'm looking at this right. Unless he thinks he has just such a massive skill edge like on his opponent that he can pass that. I don't think so. I was looking at the, I assume I was looking at the race right. And the score right. Trying to set up some facsimile of it. So 5-3. Yeah, that seems crazy to pass that to me. Anyways, okay, so Frank can benefit from a gammon at this score, so he kind of goes for it. This looks like a good play. And then kind of want to cover with the 5 here, and then maybe play 8 to 5 with the 3. Give up the 8 point for like better builders. All right, Frank keeps his 8 point though. Okay. And then white anchors. Yeah, so this isn't the exact position, but it's some like something pretty close to it, like 13 pips. It's actually a shorter race. I guess we can lengthen the race by 3 pips or something, or 5 pips. Something like this. Still a huge no double, you know. Yeah, that seems like a strange pass to me. All right, good shot by Barry. Oh, great shot. Wow, Barry will not be denied. All right, should he take this opportunity to get the back man out while he rolled a 6? That's a lot of shots out there. Oh my God. He's going to go for it. Oh, he gets away with it. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't have known what to do there. I mean, it's great. His play is great when it works. But if it goes the other way, he's still got to roll a 6 and then get both guys around somehow. Get that last guy around somehow. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he had a point. Yeah, this is alright. Double 6 is safe, so the play's okay. There's safer stuff here, I think, which sort of strips the top points early. Yeah, see, so there's no gammons, no danger of losing the race. He should probably be concentrating a little more on playing safe rather than bearing checkers off. But his plays aren't a big error or anything because they're sort of safe enough. It's just there's slight technique issues. Okay, so it looks like Barry's taken this one. So will it be Barry in the finals against either Dougie or Paul? And then yeah, Frank can just resign with a clean conscience. Score don't matter. So let's see what the PRs is. Barry played under a 10. He might have been studying because he seemed like he came up with some pretty good plays there. But anyways, let's take a look at the other semifinal match. Let's put we got Dougie on the bottom, Paul on the top. So let's see here. Okay, so it looks like Paul's going to win this one. He's going to be up 4-2. So the way you want to think about that score, you don't want to think about it as 4-2. You want to think about it as 5 away, 3 away, a 3-way, 5 away in favor of Paul. In other words, Paul is going to need 3 points to win the match. Dougie's going to need 5 points to win the match. Although so someone is anyways probably. Looks like Dougie must have rolled a big set in there. He's still pretty remote. He needs what does he need, like one more set before he gets to like a position where he needs a set to win or something? Is that what's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4 roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roll. Yeah, I think that's the case. Okay, Jinsky. Okay, so Paul is 3 away and Dougie is 5 away. Paul with a nice 3-1. Six, 2. Book play here is just the normal thing, I believe. Yeah, the normal thing seems to be making the 7 here. This is what I would do, especially at the score. This would be a pretty strong money cube. Because it was such a strong money cube, it might cube it even at the score. Although the score is a bit of a deterrent to doubling, I think, when there's especially when there's some gammons floating around. So that was either no double take or double take, I believe. But for money, you could argue it was a pass already. Due to the big positional edge and the threats, and probably the raise. So it's possible there was a missed opportunity in there. All right, so Dougie's trying to get out of there. It's some risk, but it's not like he has a ton of other good options. Oh, great shot by Paul. So even at the score and even with White's compensation, I think this is a pass. Not 100% sure though, because Black still has some work to do to get those back checkers out. Like maybe if White entered or something, I'd feel better about taking. But up on the bar like this, that's sort of a tall order to win this. So I agree with the cube action there, although I'm not 100% clear on it. Anyway, so Dougie with the opening 5-3. Yeah, okay, so it's 5 away, 2 away. So Dougie should be thinking, build up a quick gammonish position and offer a cube. Like for instance, he could have considered slotting there. Would have got punished for it, but it sort of meshes with his cube strategy of like just getting a good quick cube, and plus the split of the 1 doesn't do that much when Black has his 7 and 8 points made like that. Like it's not like it peeks over the edge with any checker. Both checkers are still pretty stuck. So slotting with that ace might have been worth a look. Yeah, this looks standard. Black on roll. They don't cube this, obviously. Okay, so he's forgoing hitting, it looks like. Well, maybe not. I think I would hit here. I mean, normally I might rather make the 4 than this sort of hit that doesn't do that much, but I don't want to give White a chance to like use his full roll to attack me. Like White has sort of this awkward position. So hitting sort of makes it more awkward as opposed to giving White a chance to like kind of swing away as he is here. He's still losing by a bunch though. It's great structure by Black on the other side of the board. Oh my goodness. 6-1. Okay, so he can make the 2 pretty reasonably. Make the 7. Leave a shot at the outfield. Duplicates aces. Like it might be right. I mean, it might be right to make the 4 point here. I don't know. Okay, Paul agrees. Yeah, it looks pretty good actually. Now that I look at it, like how is White gonna win this now? And the Black should not be doubling because a lot of his wins are gammons. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Yeah, White's. I guess, White wins this a fair amount, probably not enough though. I don't know. White's take point, I think, even though he gets to redouble to 4, his take point's something like 23%. A little bit less maybe because he gets to win a few gammons. So you can probably take that if he's 22% or more. It's gonna be quite a tough game though. But yeah, I would not have done. Do you think the error is doubling his Paul there? Okay, gammons don't hurt Black, so yeah, you can do this at the score. In fact, you should do that at the score. Okay, this looks like a good play. Wait, he could have made the 4. Look better, making the 4 point there. Might have overlooked it. I've done it too, but I've seen people, once you make your 7 point with like a 6-1, and then you roll, like the guy's split, and then you roll a number where you can you can hit and split, you can hit twice, or you can make the points using a checker from the 7 points. Somehow it's easy to overlook the pointing option there. Ooh, nice shot by Dougie. 3-1. Okay, 13 to 10, 6 to 5 offhand. I don't like this. I mean, obviously he doesn't want to get hit, but this is a little too ugly. And a lot of white's aces, I mean, they hit, but they give up the point and they leave return shots. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess 3-1 now. I want to play 5-3. Ugh, gross. Okay. You give up an innerboard point here. He's going to run this guy and then make his innerboard point again. Good roll. Good. Okay. Ugh. There is a safe play, but it's probably too sick for words. 6-2, 6-3. Oh no, this is a better safe play, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how this compares to like 13-6. He's got black has a blot. Maybe you play 13-6 and hope for the best. Ugh, I mean, now black can like do anything. You know, like 13-4. Or run. Yeah, I wouldn't do this though. Okay, so offhand I would say 7-6, 7-3. You obviously clear the 8 point also. Some of the structure looks cleaner after clearing the 7 though. I guess because it's sort of more builders for the inner board. Like you kind of have a builder on the 8 and a builder on the 6. As opposed to the other way where you just have a builder on the 7. I think I see what Dougie was thinking with that 4-3 play. Like, black does have to make some sort of big concession on the next roll. So in those situations, maybe you don't want to leave it. Maybe you don't want to leave it like a shot in the outfield. Alrighty, this is pretty good number. It's up 7. Okay, assume he's playing safe here. Actually, maybe not. Again, gammas don't really hurt white at the score. He's a small favorite, I think, if he plays safely due to the race. Maybe not though. Maybe this game's like about even because it's like hard for white to come home. So if you make the 5 point, you can argue you're a favorite, I guess. Yeah, it might have actually been worth a look at the score, where like you don't do it if gammons hurt you, but at this odd away Crawford score where oh no, actually no, white black only needs 1 point to win the match, so obviously gammons don't help black. Yeah, it might be something of a close call though. It might have been somewhat close. But anyways, Dougie is making this work. See how he wants to play this one. Yeah, the 5-3 seems fairly safe. Just 2 blotters. So this is alright. You can also maybe there's something slightly safer where you clear the 6. And then you clear the 6 and then play 5-3 with the last 2, the safest. Although you do lose some races. So Dougie's play, which gets checkers off, obviously doesn't lose races. Yeah, I think Dougie's like thinking about the gammon here, where he really shouldn't be. Winning a gammon just takes away black's free drop at some point, so it's not worth very much. So if you leave all this gappy position in your board, black might enter down on the 2 point and cause you problems later on, or dance. So Dougie's 2-2 play seemed good. The one he ultimately ended up making. Okay, so it's going to be 6-3 post Crawford. And so Dougie should obviously double him right away. And then generally Paul should take if he's ahead in the game and pass if he's losing in the game, although that's a bit of an oversimplification at 4 away. Okay, so 6-3. Okay, good start. So this should go double take. Nice. And then at the score, this is actually a little wrong at the score. I've seen this play before. Because Gamma's only go one way, and Black has already escaped a checker. And the right play is actually 24-18, 13-8 at this Gammon Go type score. Okay, so Paul. Yeah, this seems like it wins the most. Not going deep. Okay, leaves a few shots, but he sort of improves the front position. It's reasonable. Gives up the 8 point though, so maybe there's something a little better there. Okay, well, yeah, Dougie's best chance is to run here. Obviously, he's up in the race a little bit. Paul will not be denied though. Okay, let's see Paul's technique here. Good. There's some question about whether to slot the 2 if you can't make it with 5-3 here, 5-2 here. But White has some pretty good counter prime chances if he hits. So that's why Paul sort of went with the more conservative thing. Yeah, I think you do leave 2 shots here. I think. Oh, no, maybe this is good. I mean, you lose some races if White rolls big 6, but, and the 2 point might stay open. Yeah, that would have been a tough play for me. Okay, he's going to leave the 2 shots now. Yes, he does it now. Everything should be safe here except for maybe 6-6. Yeah, it does look like the right 3 to me. And then you keep going to the 2 points. Get 4 builders for the ace. I see, bore off at 2. And 6-4 is a blot here, actually. He would have had the closed board if he kept all builders alive. Okay, is he bearing off another guy? Yeah, I would play 5-2 here. Okay, get the 4 builders for the 1 point. Here I don't know. So yeah, maybe. So only what is it? 6-5, 5-4, 5. Oh no, there's a bunch of 5s. No, I think all 5s are okay except for 5-4, 6-5. 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-5. Yeah, it's just 6-5, 5-4, which are blot numbers there, I'm pretty sure. Oh, good shot by Paul. That should do it. So it's going to be Paul versus Barry in the finals. So we'll take a look. We'll watch that match also, although I may need to administer the tournament. Then Dougie can resign with a clean conscience here, but we'll probably play it out. Or not. Alrighty. So I guess Paul wins the side pool today. Yeah, so the finals will be 9 points. What we do is we do 7 points up to the finals, which is 9. Make it like a. I would actually prefer doing it the other way. Just make it 7 all the way through for simplicity's sake, and should go a little faster. But I don't know. 9 point finals makes it a little more skill based. Well, obviously, the longer the match, the longer the match, the more skill there is in it. So we can take a quick look at this while we wait for the finals to start. So let's see, what was I curious about? So with the Dougie on the bottom, I'm sorry, no, but yeah, Dougie's on the bottom. What's this 4-4 here? Oh, yeah, okay, so oh yeah, you can make the 5, but that would be wrong because you can hit off the 5 and make the 2, or hit somewhere and make the 2. Oh, it's actually what that's what Dougie did, but he maybe didn't see he could hit in the outfield. Hit off the 5 point instead. Actually, that's a play because you get away with it. You want your 5 point slotted. It's just that you only have a 2-point board, and hitting 24 to 16 kind of does a lot. Yeah, I think I would have gotten this right. Yeah, and you have an upcoming cube, so you want to reduce volatility a little bit. It's probably it is a little closer cubeless, probably a little bit. I don't remember any of this. You're supposed to, this is the right match, right? Yeah, 6-5, double take. Yeah, isn't that funny? Gammon Go type score. The computer actually, I guess, just slightly prefers this, right? Like black can win a gammon, white cannot, and gammons are super valuable for black. And a key point is white has escaped a checker already. Like a black roll at this score, if black rolled 6-5 on the opening roll, obviously you're on all the way. But because white has escaped a guy, you can sort of provoke contact and up gammons for both sides if you want. In fact, second best for the gammon is probably this. Or this. That's sort of a play also. Okay, but anyways, let's go to the finals. So we got Barry on the bottom, Paul on the top. Okay, a decent double by Paul here. I don't think this is threatening enough to give it up yet. But I do like the cube by Paul here. Okay, yeah, this looks like a decent try. I mean, we can make the 2, but it doesn't do that much if white anchors. In fact, it's probably a liability if white anchors. So Paul presses this blitz. Well, he's got the stronger board. So that seemed like a pretty reasonable play. I guess you could also run all the way to 24 to 14. That might have been worth a look, actually. Okay, so 6-4. Good shot by Barry. I think this is a good shot anyways. Make the 18 points. Upgrade the anchor at a time when the race is close. Obviously, there's some risk of being attacked. Yeah, I don't like this as much. Leaving a shot in the outfield and you're still kind of stuck on the 3-point anchor. Yeah, I probably would have made the 18 there, despite the fact that my black might get to attack me. Like, this is just so stuck back there with these 2 checkers. All right, so 6-4. So now I'm making the 2, I guess. Yeah, I don't want to leave the direct. So 5s don't do much on black side of the board, so giving black hitting 5s on white side of the board seems especially bad. All right, so I suppose you hit twice here. Just keep black busy. Maybe try to get something going. It doesn't play good otherwise. Black has his blot in the outfield. Yeah, I would do this also. Yeah, the other play is what, to stack the 6 point? 9 to 6, 8 to 6. Okay, so he finds the play, sort of gets rewarded. Okay, oh, do you make? I think I just make the 5 here. Actually, yeah, there is. Oh, I was going to say there's no safe play anyways. So you might as well leave a few extra shots to make this awesome 5 points. Okay, now you can clean up. Yeah, this isn't too bad. There's no real productive play. I don't know what black should do here. So 18 to 13 is a real play, given that it keeps all the assets on the home front, and maybe it's acceptable risk given white has this blot on his ace point. Yeah, like hitting. He's probably finding some hit here, but they're all pretty dangerous, you know. So this looks like the best hit to me, anyways. If you don't want to hit, you play 6 to 2. I don't know about this. Yeah, why not keep the 10 point and do this? I probably would have ended up playing it like Barry did, but I'm not sure how that compares to like the safe option, where you're outboarded quite a bit, and you're leaving 2 blots, kind of a double shot, because all 1s and most 5s hits. But yeah, like I said, I probably would have ended up playing it like Barry. Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. It's pretty risky, so he's considering a safe play. It's a little hard for the hit play to work in any real way. It's pretty easy to see how it goes wrong, you know. Got ones and ones are duplicated, but he's probably got, I don't know, 30 of his numbers hit or something. Yeah, this would be a tough play for me also. Okay, goes with the safe play, yeah, reasonable. Probably would have said that about the hit too, to be honest. Well, if it wants to continue playing safe, you can just play 6 to 1. Hope to go after him later. Making the 4 point, I mean, that has a lot going for it because it duplicates 1s. So it's not a ton of shots and has some big upside. Yeah, I'd have to take a good look at that one. Yeah, some tough decisions so far. Yeah, here, then you play 6 to 3. Good. Should be easy enough to put this position together. We can hit with double 5. Oh, double 4s. Yeah, he's up in the race, so disengaging like this seems good. He owns a 2 cube. This is still game 1. This has been sort of back and forth. Oh, great shot by Barry. All right, so I guess this is a pretty money-like score, even given that it's a recube. So he's up 18 with only a little bit of contact. Yeah, so this is a pretty big pass. Yeah, so good double, good pass there. I don't think Barry ever had a cube before then. So that seemed like good cube handling the entire game. All right, nice shot by Paul, making the anchor. 24 to 18, 6 to 5 maybe? If you're going to play 13 to 7, I think the better ace is maybe 24 to 23. Sort of similar risk on your side of the board, but you get to split. And splitting seemed like quite the decent thing there. But like I said, 24 to 18, 6 to 5 is also a candidate there. Or there might be something else also. 24 to 18, 24 to 23. But I guess if you play 24 to 18, you want to play 6 to 5. Okay, so this is Barry. Barry is cubing. It looked like double take or no double take offhand. Yeah, it seems weird. It seems weird to pass that to me. And it didn't really see the position that well, but it looked like Paul had had an anchor game there, or someone did. And maybe I wasn't looking at that position right. Wish I could go back. All right. Anyways, 1-1. Okay, reasonable. This double looks a little light to me. And we might be thinking a little bit about the score, where he's down in the match. So it can be a little aggressive. Still looked a little early to me, but not terrible though. Oof, awkward. 6-3. And he's still down in the race a bunch. Really doesn't want to give up that anchor because he can get attacked now. Although it does play well in the home front, so I kind of see what he was thinking. Ooh, I don't know if I like that ace. Okay. Ugh, it's getting uglier and uglier over there. It's getting prettier and prettier for Barry. He's only up 3 pips though, so he can't do anything, especially because it's the re-cue where he's up in the match by a bunch. Oh, yeah, it's okay. You can play 6-4 here also. Oh. 8-1 maybe. Ugh, yeah, you gotta play 8-1 rather than give him 17 shots. This is okay too though. Maybe this is better. Oh, now he gets the 17 shots, and he misses, and there's nothing he can do about it. He can't split in the outfield or anything. All right. Yeah, so Barry never had a cube there. The score was never close. A little miss by Paul. Could matter. He's got an odd number of checkers left now. This is a pretty bad roll. Have to think about the checker play too there. But Paul's play is fine, at least fine. Possibly best. Okay, so it'll be a 2-3. So what do we got? We got 7 away, 6 away. Paul is 7 away, Barry is 6 away. Alrighty, so good start by Paul. Yeah, nothing better than making the 3 here. Nothing better than making the 7. Good. 4-4. So I've been making the 5 point here. Yeah, I think that's better than making the 4 and the 2, just because the distribution is so much nicer like this, and you keep your 8 points. So that was a good play by Barry. It's a good play by Barry if he does this. Yeah, splitting is nice, but the 4 point is sort of awesome, you know? Filling in that point, making like sort of the best 4 point board. To me, that looks more important than splitting, even though black has like this nice prime, you know. Also, he's leaving 4 shots on this side of the board. I guess the other one's 2 shots. My play's 2 shots. I don't know, it was an idea though. You know, because of black's awesome prime, there is sort of a big premium on splitting. I just think the 4 point was more valuable there. Not totally sure about it though. Give up the 8 point, you know, to make the 4. Ooh, 2-3. I don't think I want to split into the 21. I would probably end up doing this, but I don't know. Oh, get hit twice here. or he can make an awesome prime. Boy, two completely different plays. Yeah, maybe he has a good handle on it because he played it quickly, but I wouldn't have been sure there. Hitting twice. I mean, you might be cubing like a lot of the non-hits there. Like say he rolls like a 4-6, then you maybe have a cube right away. Okay, so 4-2. So okay, so he should make the 4 here, right? There's nothing else. Good. This is the 2-3 game. Yeah, a lot of tough decisions here. The 2-3 game. Maybe we'll just take a look at this game afterwards, if we have time. Black on, okay. Yeah, I think this is his best shot. Duplicates 3-4 anyways, for what it's worth. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, don't want to leave too many blots here. Okay, so white has to go after black now, obviously. You gotta leave a shot anyway, so might as well hit, right? Everything else is a massive blunder. Good. Oh, great shot by Paul. Oh, and it's so gammonish that I think Paul should cube this. Okay, there goes double pass. Yeah, it seems like to me the take pass is the issue. A lot of Paul's numbers that don't jump make the 4-point. On the other hand, Barry always has an ace-point game, even after things go well for black. But it's just so gammonish, and actually there's some backgammons there too. So yeah, so I cannot fault Barry for passing that. That's for sure. All right, yeah, why not hit and make the 4? Hit and make the 9. Yeah, I like this play. All right, so yeah, you can make the 16, but whatever's better to make the 8-point and do something productive with the 3. 8-point maybe seems like the more important point there. Oh, good shot. Oh. All right, so he comes in with the ace and hits. Good. He's somewhat new to this site, so I was curious to see what he did there because wasn't like 100% sure he was clear on how to play the smaller number first on this site. But it's easy. You can either drag and drop now, or you could click on the dice to reverse the dice. All right, so pretty big edge here. Race, position, threats. Yeah, so this is a good cube. 6 away, 6 away. A little bit of an argument for passing. So yeah, Paul passes, which is okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about the take pass, but there are some gammons there. Good cube anyways. Alrighty, oh, this hits twice if Barry wants, which he does. This hits once if Barry likes, which he does. Could be an interesting game if white gets a million checkers back. Like I would actually hit here again. Come in with the 2, hit 6 to 5 with the 1. If you get missed, you're happy. If you get hit, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so he makes the second anchor, which you want to do often. It's pretty important sometimes to make the second anchor, but it's not pressing there. You can wait to do it. Like okay, so you hit 6 to 5. Black gets a lucky roll. You're almost certainly going to make a second anchor either right away or at some point there. So it's just unnecessary there to lock in the second anchor right away. You want to try like a forward aggressive plan, and then if it doesn't work, fall back on a double anchor game. Now that was an interesting play by Paul, hitting off in the 4. Could have entered with the 2, hit with the 5. But his play makes the front anchor and doesn't maybe leaves fewer shots, although that is probably a close call on that. Yeah, probably would have gone the other way. It's a little hard to make the 4 point here cleanly. In other words, without giving up the 7 point. Oh, what do you do with the 2-3 here? Yeah, you could hit twice, I guess. hope to hit the guy on the 21 point later. What you can do, I think he should do it. Yeah, 22 to 21, 21 to 17, and then you don't worry too much about getting hit on the ace points. Because it's not a well-placed checker anyways. So this is a pretty big error, I think. And then if you don't do it, you should probably make the ace point rather than have a blot down there. Oh, 4-1, gross. Yeah, I don't like this. 7 point seems more valuable than the 2 with 4 men back like Paul has. You want to keep, you have a lot of checkers back. You want to maintain like a pure front position where you don't make the low points in your board. And it's getting hit there doesn't seem like a big deal. Getting hit on the 2 point there, because you already got a million men back. All right, so Barry's got this awkward 3-3. Okay, it's got nothing here. Yeah, I don't know if he's even really winning. So good no double. Well, I can make the 14 points. Yeah, it sort of gets that third backman going. And it's kind of a decent asset in the outfield, so I like it. You could have played 14 to 6, which puts that builder in a good spot, but maybe there was other priorities, like moving the several one of the several back checkers you have. Oh, the last one's a little awkward. Yeah, okay. It might be just a little better to make the 16 point here. Leave the 2 blots in the board as opposed to one in the outfield, one in the board. So you don't leave a double shot in the outfield like this. Six two. Well, race is fairly close now. Okay, so he's up a little bit, so he tries this run play, giving up the anchor at a time when it's not super easy for black to attack. Yeah, pretty reasonable. Okay, so he's trying to run again because there's nothing much else. Doesn't look like it plays well elsewhere. It would be okay if it was a single shot, but it's a double shot. So I would do this. It does work. This does work. Black with a 3-1. Okay, so yeah, nothing better than this. No, it's not terrible. You get a builder for the 3. Okay, this is this a forced blot number? Am I missing something here? I'm not seeing any safe play. So you can play, if that's true, then you can play 8 to 5, 14 to 13. Hope to make your 5 points, not leave too many shots. Okay, this does not make the point. Again, no, it does make though. You can play 8 to 5, 8 to 4 here. Huh. Yeah, interesting. Offhand, I would have gone the other way. Well, this plays cleanly. But Barry's play certainly has its merits, making this outfield asset, minimizing shots. If you get missed, it's probably easier to play. Huh. On the other hand, you can put him up on the bar against a good 4-point board. Hope for the best that way. Oh yeah, no, black's up on the bar. Yeah, yeah, interesting. Hey, maybe this is double pass, actually. I guess it's kind of a weird score to cube at, but the take pass is reasonably close there, I think. So weird score to double at, because White still wins a bunch of gammons. And if it goes double take, you're sort of diminishing the value of your gammons. So black can take pretty deep there in a gammonish position. But even so, like, it didn't seem like a super clear take or anything. Yeah, that's a tough one. Well, regardless, he got rewarded with a pass, even if it was a bluff. Unless it was too good, which I don't think it was. Like, white has all this work to do to clear those two outfield points, and then black's going to just get tons of return shots. Like, I know he's up on the bar, but, like, they're going to add up, right? He's going to get, like, 2 shots, 4 shots, 6 shots, 2 shots before white can come completely home. Yeah, I'd want to take a good look at that one. Which we can, because we got the computer afterwards. Okay, so 3 away, a 6 away. Yeah, pretty big edge. Paul passed that pretty quickly. Huh. Again, I would need to take my time on that one. Yeah, these guys are playing a little quickly. But I don't know, maybe they just have a good handle on it. Like, oh, I know I'm going to pass this, so I'll just let it go. Okay, I would do this also. Black, yeah, black can cube this. 6 away, is it 6 away, 2 away? Wouldn't give it up though. Maybe, yeah. I guess if it was, I guess you give it up if it's 4 away, 2 away. You do give it up. But 6 away is quite different. Because 4 away, you get gammon, you just lose. Here you take, you get gammon, you're still doing okay. Six, 5, okay, yeah, you get really worried about getting gammon here, so you should keep the anchor. Yeah, just play 13-2. Just minimize shots, or maybe 13-7, 6-1, but that's 2 blots and more shots. So I would have played like Barry did. And now he's kind of in trouble though. So again, I would keep the anchor and play 8-1. You get missed. I mean, black comes in high, and then maybe you find it a little easier to play safely in the future. You're leaving a double shot no matter what you do, I think. At least a double shot. Yeah, so this is correct. Almost got away with it. Alrighty. Plays it safely. Okay, and then good. Step up with the last one. Up in the race, you should be thinking of getting that guy out of there. Oh, what about, yeah, no, 6, I was going to say 6-1 is better, but the 5. But this does stay out of direct range. And covers the outfield. Well, I don't know, the other one covers the outfield too. All right, I mean, if you want to win this, you play this. It's probably worth the risk. Black has the blot in his board. Oh, 4-3, now what do you do? How about 13-10, 8-4? Is that a play? So every reasonable play left a shot there, I think. So maybe he could have gotten more for his shot, by like hitting. Okay, 2-2 by Paul. Okay, so making the 9, I think, wins the most. Playing 13-9 squared. There's other plays that win more gammons. Like you can play 7-1, 7-5, hitting along the way. Yeah, that was probably better actually, given that because white still wins here some when black has trouble like coming home safely. So although I agree with Paul that this wins the most, it might not win like overwhelmingly more than the other option, and it wins more gammons to do the other option. But anyway, he seems to be making it work with this 4-4. He still has some gammon potential here. I don't. It was 3 shots to play 8 to 7. Might be worth it. Wins more gammons. Get the guys in quicker. 3's a little expensive though. Yeah, maybe Paul had a point there. It's not that hard to bring after Paul's play. It's not that hard to bring those guys home. Okay, he indulges a little bit in wasting a pip to slot his 5, which is okay. Now he's got. Okay, yeah, this looks like good technique. Although 17 to 11 would have been okay with this 6 also. 3-3. It's all duplicated, kinda. But this looks correct. Oh, he's in trouble. Needs a set. You want to take it slow and make sure you get all your doubles you can here. I guess there was no way to get double 2s there. You really didn't get double 3s either, though. All right, so it's 2-away, 2-away. All right, so yeah, Barry should be cubing this because you can double right away at 2-away, 2-away, and it's not an error. And if you're winning like this, you should cube before you lose your market. Yeah, 13 to 6 looks best to me. Sort of keep everything alive, but still while minimizing risk by keeping everything alive. Ugh. Yeah, technically speaking, both players should be cubing this before they roll double 5s. Though as Paul, I probably would not be doubling. I'm thinking my opponent has a better chance to lose his market than me. But against a perfect player, it's not wrong just to cube right away at this 2-away score. It's not wrong from like a technical standpoint. It's like, well, if you're winning, like why wouldn't you want the cube on 2? Cube is dead afterwards, and the other guy can double you whenever he wants to. So it's like the correct strategy is to double. So to double if you have any market losers. In fact, if there's any possible sequence you can roll that'll give the other guy a pass, you should be doubling. All right, 4-2. Yeah, I think it's a little better to break the 5-point here. I think the prime breaks down a little better. Okay, so 2-2. Yeah, he's up in the race. This is a good play. Let's see if anyone cubes now. Actually, Paul lost his market. I think. Take points 32% at the score. So it doesn't, although this is a take for money, I think. It's technically a pass at the score. But it did take a big double for him to do it. All right, so good pass by Barry there. 5-3, I don't know. You're kind of splitting into the stacks here. Maybe make the 3-point, actually. Yeah, in fact, at the score, this is what you want to do. So gammons are super valuable for Barry, and they don't count for the other guy. So he should be doing something more gammon go-ish here. At least make the 4, maybe even make the 4 and the 5 points, as opposed to stepping up with in the backfield with the other two. Seems like you do win more gammons if you make the 4 and the 5 here. This is a little suicidal, maybe. Splitting at this score where white wants to attack. Yeah, I think you want the good board here. This is a little committal. It's a little hard to complete the blitz if you do the other one. Like he's gonna have to like hit loose, and then black hits back with that nice structure, and then yeah. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure this is the right play. Maybe if you had more checkers in the zone, you could go the other way. You could make both the 2 and the 5 points. But even so. Okay, so this worked splendidly for white. Okay, I don't think you hit here, so you just do this, I assume. All right, Paul makes a little bit of progress. Clears the 13. Clears the 13. It's good for saving the gammon, getting those guys closer to home, rather than say 7-1. Yeah, so this is definitely correct. All right, so it looks like 13-1, 13-9. This is another way to attack, but if black just starts entering, I mean, it's sort of hard to complete the blitz. So if you keep the nice like front structure, yes, you're leaving a direct shot, but it's like a much better position, like regardless of whether black dances or enters. So yeah, there's probably an error to do what Barry did. Even though often that is the right idea, because you get to attack safely. It just seemed like the structure was so much better after leaving a shot than not. And I think it's actually pretty clear. All right, so 6-4 from Barry. So he makes his break now while he's got his board intact. Maybe. I mean, okay, so he can play 9-3, 6-2, keep his board intact, sorta. Gets a 5-point board at least for a turn. Yeah, now if he rolls a 6, he gets to run while black has a blot. That's probably what he was thinking. Might be a more convenient running number later, which he did get, obviously. Oh. This guy can race. Oh, all right. This is overkill at this point. Save some for the next game. All right, we're down to DMP. DMF and P. Might be 21-15, 13-9 here, actually. I mean, this is a little cheaper in terms of shots, but you don't get your 9-point out of it. And you're still leaving a bunch of shots. You're leaving 8 shots anyways. So we leave a few more and you get this really nice asset out of it. Okay, this looks like the right plan. Offhand. 3-5. Best you can do, I guess, is 11-6. Hopeful for better days. 4-1. Oh, it makes a 16 here? Or makes the 9 to play 6-5. Okay, I played it more offensively. Oh man, he's going to make the 16 again, but then the 6 is bad. Okay, so yeah, that's a lot of shots anyways. This one play 16-5 is also a play. Or yeah, or this, or make the 3. Jeez, I don't know, man. Making the 3 does seem a little suspicious at the score where you don't benefit from a gammon. Similarly, this is a little suspicious at the score where you don't benefit from a gammon, but actually putting them up on the bar does seem to be worth a lot there because the race is so close. So actually, I like how Barry played that one. That was probably a good play. All right, 5-1. All right, he's provoking a little bit of contact here. There is a play that only leaves indirect shots where you play 9-8, 9-3, but it's still a bunch of shots. So it might be right to hit twice here, actually. Play 8-2-1, and then it's best when missed by a good margin. Because like if he misses, black's going to be dancing a lot. It's like this is more shots than hitting twice, and not as much upside, I think. I mean, this sort of has some logic behind it, but it's actually still six shots, I think. So you can leave 11 and get like a lot more upside on the misses. Actually, I think I had a play like that against Dougie in my match. We left a few extra shots to kind of hit him off the ace and have an easier ride home when missed. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I mean, if gammon's counted, you'd hit here on the 2 point, and it still might be right to do so. But you could play 13-8, 9-3 if you don't want to leave anything for a turn. It's still pretty hard to bring this home though. Like again, 3-2 sort of a play there. Yeah, tough one. Oh, 2-2, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, you want to keep your board in decent shape. I guess there's no way to like keep a guy back on the 23 and keep a 4-point. Well, no, you could have kept a 4-point board also. Yeah, there's a million plays there because like splitting. Oh, you left a double shot, Jesus. Yeah, there's a million plays there with the 2-2 because you can split in a number of different ways, or you can keep the anchor like Paul did and play deeply in his board. I mean, Paul's plan seemed to work brilliantly. Got a double shot. Then managed to hit both checkers and keep him busy. Wow. All right, good job, Paul. Okie dokie, let's take a look. Let's start with a 3-2 game. I was kind of curious about some decisions there. I'm not going to take a look at the whole match, but I am, yeah, like I said, I am quite curious about some of this stuff. It looked like a decently played match overall. Let's go to XG mode. Okay, we will put Barry on the bottom. Start at the 3-2 game. Okay, so Paul is 2. Barry is 3. Oh, just give me 1 sec. Okay, sorry about that. Just tournament stuff going on. It looks like Brad has the money situation under control. Okay, so let's actually go through this. Yeah, 6-1. Yeah, 6-1 looked clear. 4-4 looked pretty clear, making the 5 as opposed to doing this, leaving a strip position and a big stack on the midpoint and no 8 points. 4-2. Oh yeah, this is what I was thinking about. Yeah, no, I see what Barry's thinking, right? Like, there's this awesome white prime here, and you're pretty stagnant back there on the ace. So splitting looks pretty good. It's just you don't want to forgo this upgrade. I mean, this is pretty awesome compared to this. I mean, it's the shots, but it's also just this hole in the structure kind of looms large. Whereas, look at that, look at this. This is awesome. You shouldn't have too much trouble splitting in the future while you have a better board to lock you to back you up. Yeah, 13-3. Okay, yeah, this leaves too many shots. So you could just run all the way. Okay, good move there. 2-5, 3-2. Yeah, I would not play 24-21 here. It's two under attack. So Barry's play looked pretty good. Okay, yeah, now I can make the 4 good. Okay, so what's going on here with the cube? So no double. White is winning, but not by enough. Okay, goes after him. Okay, anchors, and then game's sort of up for grabs. Yeah, I mean running is pretty dangerous here, but you're kind of just crunching too badly here, I guess. Like you're praying to run later. So he does this, and then okay, might get attacked, but the attacks don't always win because white's structure is still so good. So good play by Paul there. Good play by Barry here. Okay, white is winning again, but not by enough. Kind of a bad roll. Okay, I'll definitely hit here. Oh, great shot by Paul back. And then it is. Okay, double big pass. Almost too good, in fact. Yeah, I mean, one problem. I mean, obviously it's super gammonish. But one problem with white's position is, okay, so the 6s are tremendous. The numbers that aren't a 6 are the numbers that make the 4 point. Now, it's such a huge pass that even if 6s were duplicated, this would still be a pass, I guess. Like, say you move the guy from the 9 to the 10 or something, if 6s are duplicated. But still, I mean, that would be not as big a pass. But anyway, yeah, good cube handling there. Okay, Paul did have a take here. What was the 6-3 game? Oh, hey Barry. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not going to go through it with. I'm not going to go through it with XG because I'm a little beat. But yeah, you can go back and watch my commentary. And I think yeah, actually I commented on your previous match also some. And I thought you played, I thought you played pretty decently. Yeah, you definitely found some good plays. Have you been studying at all? Because it seemed like it seemed like it came up with some pretty good plays there. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good play. That's a good play. Like yeah, like good double here, even though you're up in the match. Wouldn't have been totally sure about Paul's decision, given that it's 6-3. But yeah, your position is so much more powerful than white here. Good. Yeah, I think you can tell. I think you can definitely tell. Let's see, what else was I interested in? Oh, so one thing you want to know. You actually gained by not doubling at 2 away. But against someone who knows what they're doing, which Paul does typically. You actually, if it's 2 away, like 7-7 in a 9-point match, if you're winning, you actually want to double right away. I mean, because like, well, if you're winning, why wouldn't you want the cube to be on 2? Right, the cube is dead after double take, and the other guy can turn the cube to 2 at any point he wants also. Or a better way to look at it, maybe, is that doubling right away at 2 away is never wrong, right? Like let's say your policy at 2 away is to always double right away, no matter what happens on the opening roll. You know, your opponent rolls a 3-1 on the opening roll, and then you double him right away. Then if that's always your policy, then it's kind of like you're always playing 2 away as if it's 1 away, right? Because it always goes double take, and it's always just double match point. So you're 50-50 in the game. If 50-50 in the match, if your policy is always to double right away at 2 away, well, that's the exact same winning chances that you have is if both players play perfectly at 2 away, right? The match is even. So your match winning chances are 50% if everyone plays exactly perfectly. So that means that doubling right away isn't an error. Even if your opponent rolls like a 3-1. And you can find stuff. If you search for 2 away backgammon online, you can find other explanations and why you want to double extremely aggressively at this score. But I during the match, I do go into it a little more detail. But basically, you want to double whenever you have like any chance to lose your market, pretty much. Yeah. So like you can wait against someone who like doesn't know what they're doing. But the reason why you would wait to double is you hope that your opponent misses a cube down the line. Like his strategy obviously should be the same as yours, to double right away. So maybe you can like wait if you're losing and hope he misses a cube, and then hope he waits to double long enough that you have a proper pass, which is actually what happened in the match. Like you kind of gained by the fact that the cube is on 1, but I mean, look at all this. Like technically speaking, right? The computer thinks you should double this. 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 So you're giving up all this equity in hopes of maybe getting a bad pass. Maybe getting to a position where you can pass. After he rolled like 6-6. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, what I'm saying is like, what you did like kind of worked out for you, right? Because like, okay, so you got to pass, kind of. Like if the cube went, like you probably would have lost this game, if like you had doubled right away. So in some sense, you gained because you got an extra game out of it. But yeah, like I said, all these missed doubles from a technical standpoint, anyways. Yes, that is probably what Paul was thinking. Like maybe you lose your market. So that's sort of an important concept. So normally what I do against someone who I know knows what they're doing, I'll just double right away. So even if I'm losing sometimes. Against someone who I think doesn't know the right strategy, often I will wait if I'm losing and maybe hope they lose their market, but it's risky. You can also forget, you can also just kind of you can start doing that and like forget about the cube and like miss cubes later on because of that reason. So that's mostly why I double. That's why I mostly double right away. Anyways, let's see what else. This was a good take, a good double by Paul. I think he might have taken a little bit of time on this before passing, which is good, before taking, which is good, because you do need to be very conservative about taking at this score when this gamma is floating around. This 2 away, 6 away score. So it's good to take your time here. In fact, two-way, four-way, it is a pass. Like if it was 5-7 and not 3-7. Now, if he doubles you and you take and you win a gammon, and he wins a gammon, you just lose the match outright. So this would actually be a pass at 5-7, I think. Yeah, double pass. But all the other two-away scores you can take. Two-away 5 away, two-away 6 away, two-away 7 away. And I think that's probably true even if it's like, I don't know, two-away 17 away or something. Not that I play a lot of 17-point matches, you know. But two-away, four-away, I mean, if you're two-away and your opponent's four-away, you got to be really careful about taking. Like this position would never come up, but it's a reference position that I discovered recently that might be useful to keep in mind at the two-away, four-away score. Okay, so you're 3, he's 1 in a 5-point match, say. You probably can't really have this position, but let's say white's on roll with this position. I think this is like close on the take pass decision. This is close to the take pass line when white is 4 away and black is 2 away. I think it's like a close take maybe, or close pass. So if you keep this position in mind for 4 away, 2 away, it kind of like it might help you find like, you know, find the right take or pass action. Like you just have to decide whether you're better or worse than this out of the opening. You know, for say the gammons are similar, the gammon percentage is similar. So I kind of like this reference position. Like I said, it doesn't come up, but you know, similar stuff will come up. I mean, like, you know, if you know that position, you know this is a big pass, right? Or even if black is like a little something, this is probably better for white than the reference position, and similar level of gammons. So you kind of can figure out this is a pass if you know that one reference position. Anyways, like I said, I think I'm gonna sign off soon. Well, maybe we should do one other thing. Let me go back to Hub. We can take a quick look at the daily puzzle. Doesn't look like much. Okay, no, this is good. This is actually a yeah, I think I see what's going on here. But this is actually a two-away position also. Okay, so the match score, white is white is 8 away, black is 2 away. So in that sense, white should be very, very aggressive with the cube, but only really only in like gammonish positions where white's winning a ton of gammons. So white's not winning a ton of gammons here because black has almost all his checkers home. Now black could maybe expose another checker at some point, but that's asking a lot. So I mean, white is probably winning here a little bit, maybe, but it's not good enough to double. It would be if white has similar winning chances and a ton of gammons. But yeah, because it's not a particularly gammonish position, white shouldn't be particularly aggressive with the cube at this score, even though black doesn't get any recube vig. So this is pretty big. This is pretty big, no double. And I'm pretty, if I'm looking at this right, I'm pretty confident. Like white still has these 2 checkers to escape. That's sort of a tall order, and he hasn't really completed the blitz yet. Yeah, this is a really big no double actually. Yeah, doubling's 0.3 blunder. Yeah, not a particularly tough one. All right. Anyways, I'm going to sign off now. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you get something out of this. And I would see you next time.